Good Thursday evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Emily Walls, and we are finally looking forward to more summer-like temperatures here across the Chicagoland area. But there is going to be one little hiccup when it comes to your Friday forecast that could potentially be lingering into the weekend as well. And it's all coming down to Canadian wildfires. Take a look at this really incredible video that you have coming out of central Canada. And from what we've been hearing, thousands have had to evacuate. And this is actually one of the largest evacuations that has had to take place in recent history. And over 500,000 acres have burned. That's equivalent to about 800 square miles. So this is definitely taking a toll in Canada. And we also are going to be feeling at least some effects as far as how far south that smoke is going to make it. So take a look at this graphic here. What you're seeing in the magenta color, the red color in central Canada, that's the fire that you were just seeing. Well, we have a cold front that's going to be dropping to the south tomorrow, changing the wind direction to be more northwesterly, and then that's going to bring in some of that smoke into our atmosphere. So let me set this in motion for you, and we're going to roll the clock into tomorrow. By tomorrow morning, we're in that kind of gray shading, and then by the evening, we have this yellow overhead. So what does that mean? Well, in the morning hours, what you're going to be waking up to is mainly clear skies, but that sunshine is going to look very hazy. It's going to look kind of like those milky skies that we saw last year when we were dealing with wildfire smoke, but that's what we're going to wake up to. But then during the afternoon and evening hours, we're going to be dealing with showers, thunderstorms, and there's going to be some downdrafts. So what that means is that could potentially be bringing some of that smoke closer to the surface. So for those of you that may have respiratory issues, or maybe you're sensitive to poor air quality, I think you could be feeling the effects of this wildfire smoke by the end of the day tomorrow. So kind of keep that in mind if you're going to be out and about on Friday, that this could potentially be impacting your plans and keeping you indoors, or at least make you want to stay indoors. Continuing this now into the weekend, so this is now rolling into Saturday. Even by Saturday, we're still going to have at least some upper level smoke across the area. So that hazy sky is going to impact the forecast for Saturday and Sunday. I don't think our temperatures are going to take a huge hit because of it, but I wouldn't be surprised if some locations on Saturday struggle to reach that 70-degree mark, but that's still only another degree or two shy of what we were originally thinking before we knew that this wildfire smoke was going to be overhead. Now, rolling back to the cold front that's going to be coming through tomorrow, again, that's what's bringing in those northwesterly winds and potentially that wildfire smoke. That cold front is also going to be triggering some storms for us tomorrow afternoon and evening. Specifically here in the Chicagoland area, we have a marginal risk from the Storm Prediction Center. That's a level 1 of 5, which means isolated strong to severe storms are going to be possible. So this isn't going to be a widespread event, but we could have a couple strong to severe thunderstorms developing tomorrow afternoon and evening. And it looks like damaging wind gusts as well as hail will be the primary concern. So this evening and tonight, really no weather-related issues here locally. We're just going to have skies becoming partly cloudy. Temperature-wise, we are going to be in the lower 50s when we wake up tomorrow morning. And that's very seasonable for this time of the year. So a nice, comfortable start to your day on Friday. But remember, that wildfire smoke is going to be building in. So that's going to result in hazy skies during the morning when we are experiencing a little bit of sunshine. Then by midday, if you're hoping to take your lunch outdoors, it's fine. We're going to be in the mid-70s. It's going to be gorgeous. But then during the afternoon, after about 3 p.m., we're going to start to see showers, thunderstorms popping up, heavy downpours going to be possible. So again, kind of keep that in mind if you're going to be out and about on Friday, that we could have a couple strong or severe thunderstorms around the region. Satellite and radar, this is the big picture view. And again today, this is the third day in a row that we have a severe thunderstorm watch in portions of Texas, especially West Texas. So this area with this slow moving low pressure system, it's kind of been hit the last couple of days, and they're seeing tornado warnings again today. Here at home in the Great Lakes region, not much to speak of. There's been a couple showers passing to our south, but nothing major. So again, most of the activity out there this evening is far to the south, places like Texas, and this is all far west of Dallas. It's about an hour or two northwest of Austin. So jumping down to the tropics now, we have a couple developments here as well. We officially have our very first tropical storm of the 2025 season in the eastern Pacific, and its name is Alvin. So Alvin now has maximum sustained winds of 60 miles per hour. The wind gusts are up to around 70 miles per hour, and the motion of this is moving northwesterly at about 12 miles per hour. So it's not moving all that quickly, but it is still in a very favorable environment that it's going to continue to strengthen here at least for another 12 to 24 hours. But then notice on the track, as this begins to lift to the north toward Baja California, it's going to start to lose some steam. And the reason for that is the environment's just not going to be quite as conducive to sustaining that tropical storm as what tropical storms or hurricanes would like. You need 80-degree sea surface temperatures. And if we take a look at those sea surface temperatures right now, that storm is parked over water that is 83 degrees. As it lifts to the north, that water gets cooler and cooler. So that's going to start to tear that storm apart, and it's going to weaken significantly before it makes a potential landfall over in Baja California. Notice water temperatures there about 75 degrees at the southern tip of that peninsula. The Drought Monitor, this data all came out this morning. So every single Thursday morning we get an update on the Drought Monitor, and you can see it really doesn't look all that different from what I was showing you just a couple days ago. We still have that extreme and exceptional drought across the southwestern U.S. This extends all throughout the Vegas area into Southern California, New Mexico, Arizona, and then down into Texas. And where we've been seeing all of those storms in Texas the last couple of days, unfortunately, it's been just north of this drought area. So unfortunately, not seeing a ton of help there as those storms roll through. And then here at home, the moderate drought area, it's actually been expanded. So even with all of the showers that we've had on and off throughout the last couple of weeks, it's still not enough. We haven't picked up enough rain that's really soaking into the ground. So most areas across Chicagoland now in a moderate drought up toward Milwaukee. We are finally beginning to kind of claw our way out of the abnormally dry conditions, but it is still near Madison. We also have abnormally dry conditions considered to be in LaSalle County, portions of southwestern Kendall and western Grundy County. Over in Michigan, unfortunately, even with all of the rain that we've picked up from the low pressure system that's been impacting the area really all week long, we're still seeing a severe drought near the Bay region area, which is near Midland. So your almanac here at home, 70 degrees is what we made it to today. It felt really good. We had a decent amount of sunshine. You can actually see this shot behind me too. It's still gorgeous outside, mostly clear skies. And temperatures were about 5 degrees below average, but our low temperatures this morning right on target. We bottomed out around 53 degrees, average is 55, and tomorrow we're going to be very seasonable, waking up in the 50s. We're going to be in the 70s for your highs the next couple of days, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that is the long-awaited warm-up that we've been talking about for quite some time. It is going to be feeling like summertime next week, and it's looking like a mainly dry week as well. Not good for the drought, of course, but good if you're hoping to get out and about and enjoy those warmer temperatures. We're going to have a little bit of humidity to work with next week. I think at this point, the best chance of any stormy activity, that's going to be here on Wednesday when temperatures take a brief little dip into the lower 80s. Now, speaking of a brief little dip, if you're going to the beach on any of those warmer days, this is what you're going to deal with when you step into that water. So water temperatures are still only in the lower 50s. So as we go into this upcoming weekend, and then especially into next week, as temperatures warm up into the 70s, the 80s, just keep in mind that if we get that lake breeze during the afternoon, which is very common this time of the year, we could potentially have those temperatures dropping rather quickly. But regardless, I still think at the lakefront, even when we have those 80s next week, we're likely going to make it into the 70s. So it should be pretty nice. For tonight, 54, we'll have west-northwesterly winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. So a very pleasant night, seasonably cool conditions. And your forecast high temperatures for tomorrow look wonderful. We're going to be in the upper 70s just about area-wide, with the exception being the far western sections of Chicagoland could potentially be warming up into the 80s before that cold front moves through. And again, that cold front, that's going to bring in some showers, thunderstorms, some of which may end up becoming strong or severe. And we could be dealing with that from about 3 p.m. tomorrow through 9 p.m. After that, we are going to dry things out just fine. Saturday and Sunday, we are expected to be in the low to mid 70s. Keep in mind, though, hazy skies, so it's not going to be that full-blown nice blue sky sunshine that we're used to seeing. That wildfire smoke is going to be in the area beginning tomorrow, likely lasting through the weekend. Hopefully we can get a break from that early next week. But then by Monday and Tuesday, it's all about the heat. That's going to be the big weather story. Fortunately, it looks like we're going to have plenty of sunshine to get out and enjoy those temperatures. Mid to upper 80s expected Monday and Tuesday. And it stays warm for the majority of next week. I will show you that in your 7-day forecast coming up very soon on the news at 9. We'll see you then.